days. DC, it's not what happens to the man, it's what the man does when it happens to him.
That's the truth. What's John gonna be now? You look at his face right now, and you see him taking it in. It almost seems as though his eyes are misty, because this is where the guy belongs. He belongs entertaining, he belongs fighting, and nothing he's ever done inside of this octagon says any different. It's always been outside. So this is where he belongs. It's good to see him doing what he was put on this planet to do, and that's fight.
When you see a guy with so much talent, so much potential get involved in so many altercations, so many bad situations outside the octagon, for a guy like you that's smart and plays it smart, how frustrating is it?
It's very frustrating because it seems as though the whole world is at his fingertips. But once again, as Goldie said, and look at John going to see his family. He's got a beautiful family. I've said this from day one. He's got a great support system behind him, and you can tell how much his family loves him and supports him. But as you say, it's not what happens to the man. It's what happens and what that man becomes when he gets an opportunity to correct himself. Hopefully this last time was the last time that we'll ever hear of John Jones getting into trouble.
Invincibility is a great trait, especially as a fighter, as an athlete. It is also a very dangerous trait.
Very dangerous. You know, Joe and I talked about this before. John's ability to let go in life and in the octagon is what makes him so special. But outside of the octagon, you've got to curtail that. You've got to find a way to lasso it and keep it in check. Maybe he'll do that going forward.
Having been so close to having it all taken away from him, one can only hope that he learned those lessons from that.
Yes.
Another thing to take into consideration is the massive amount of pressure that this guy's been under since he was 23 years old. Winning the title, having nothing but world title fights against the best fighters in the world for his entire UFC career, essentially. And just constantly building up this pressure, looking for an outlet, looking for an escape valve, looking for a release valve. And that could very well have played a part in a lot of this errant behavior.
You know, Joe, I've said since I became the champion, I sympathize with him more. I'm a 36-year-old man when it happens to me. He happened as a 23-year-old kid. And now I see what's available as you have the UFC championship. So, not making excuses for John. You have to find a way to do the right thing. But I can see it a little bit more from his view now because I've experienced it myself.
John Jones is back.
I gotta say, physically, he's never looked better. He looks better and more defined than he's ever looked inside the octagon.
Our tail of the tape for this, our main event of the evening, brought to you by Mobile Strike. Download and play now, free from the App Store. 28-year-old Jones, 33-year-old St. Preux, Johnny Bones Jones will have a 4.5-inch reach advantage. And once again, here is Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. Sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Chairman Anthony Marnell, Executive Director Bob Bennett, Commissioners Francisco Aguilar, Skip Avancino, Pat Lundvall, and Michon Martin. Our three judges scoring this contest at Octagon side are Saldi Amato, Chris Lee, and Junichiro Kamiho. And when the action begins, our referee in charge of the Octagon, Herb Dean. This bout is sponsored by Bud Light. Raise one to right now, Metro PCS, where you can get nationwide coverage on the blaring fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. And Mobile Strike, download and play now, free from the App Store. And now, this is the moment UFC fans watching around the world have been waiting for. Live from the MGM in Las Vegas, it's time! 5 rounds for the interim UFC Light Heavyweight Championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist holding a professional record, 19 wins, 7 losses. He stands 6 feet 3 and 1/2 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Knoxville, Tennessee, presenting the number 6 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, Ovince St. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a look-see-through fighter, holding a professional record, 21 wins, 1 loss. He stands 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Albuquerque, New Mexico, by way of Endicott, New York, presenting the former UFC light heavyweight champion and the number 1 ranked light heavyweight contender in the world, John Bones Jones!
All right, gentlemen, we've been over the rules. Protect yourself at all times. Follow my instructions. We're gonna have a clean fight. Let's clutch gloves and do this.
John Jones. Ovince St. Preux. Fight scheduled for 5-minute rounds. Herb Dean, our referee.
Very interesting body language between both of them here.
Let's fight.
Here we go! Tonight's Fight Clock brought to you by Harley Davidson. Enter for a chance to win Harley Davidson Riding Academy with Daniel Cormier and Paige Van Zandt at h-d.com/UFC. Southpaw stance for Jones. OSP is a southpaw. Dark trunks for Jones, white trunks for OSP.
Oh, spinning back kick to the body by John. And then front kick to the body.
What should we look for from OSP early, DC?
He needs to be first. He cannot sit back and wait. Jones is too diverse in his attack. Jones will mix it up so well that it'll start to confuse him. He needs to be first. He needs to be going. He can't be waiting, trying to dissect what's happening inside of the octagon.
And how does Joe counter that possibility?
Nice leg kick there by OSP.
Joe, how does Jones counter that possibility?
Well, Jones just does it by being Jones. I mean, what he does is being creative, be unpredictable, and try to figure out the puzzle that is the awkward movement of OSP. And one of the best ways to do that is to be active, to be pushing the pace and to be dictating the action, and that's what John pretty much does in every fight.
You know, you see this with Jones a lot. You can almost see him processing the move, processing the path to the victory. You see him now kind of trying to get a beat on Ovince St. Preux. St. Preux's doing a good job. This slow pace of fight really does benefit him.
Very similar to what Anderson Silva did for many fights in the UFC.
Side kick to the body, hopping side kick to the body. What John does also is he slides just out of the way of your stuff. He's one of the very best at utilizing that long reach. And in sliding just out of the way of what you do, he figures out how fast you can move versus how fast he can close the distance. And that's what we saw when he slammed home that hopping side kick.
That's the difference in this fight. St. Preux actually has the ability to get to Jones as fast as Jones can get to most opponents because he's a long guy. He's a fast guy. He's an athletic guy. And you see it's taking John a little bit longer to process the movements and the actions of Ovince St. Preux as this fight's going into early going.
And how much of a factor is nerves right now for Ovince St. Preux? Getting him to settle in and relaxed and being able to fight to the best of his ability. Just being able to settle in and just be calm in the moment, the fact that he's fighting here.
You know, a lot of guys react different. We don't know how we're going to react in the big fight. Ovince has main evented some FS1 cards, but it's never been like this. He's never stood across the octagon from a guy like Jones in front of a sold-out MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas. It's a big deal. Right now, though, this type of fight is okay for him.
It's well documented that 6'5" Alexander Gustafsson gave John Jones his most trouble. And so the point you guys brought up about the size being very similar in this fight is extremely valid. DC, you prepared to fight John. Who emulates that style? Pretty much nobody, let alone trying to prepare in 3 weeks.
Well, what's going to happen is you'll find guys that can do certain things like John. You'll never find a guy that can combine everything as he does. A guy that can wrestle, a guy that can kick. The guy that can kick can't wrestle. The kickboxer can't wrestle, so it's all kickboxing. It's very difficult to emulate his attack.
Very calculated early, both fighters.
John's so difficult to predict, too, because he's constantly switching stances, utilizes a lot of traditional martial arts techniques along with all that wrestling. Likes that front leg side kick to the thigh.
We were talking on camera about Jones potentially overlooking OSP tonight, looking towards a rematch with UDC, the second fight. Jones said of huge underdogs, they're more dangerous than ever. They have nothing to lose. He is taking this fight very seriously.
Ovince St. Preux has nothing to lose. And as you saw with the front kick that John does to the knee, Ovince gave it back. Right now, that's probably the biggest thing. That kick has been used on multiple occasions by Jones. Not as many body kicks. Ovince St. Preux, when John does switch his stance, he needs to go to his big body kick. Ovince St. Preux has nasty left high kick, left body kicks. He needs to do that whenever John switches stance.
Good jab.
Nice jab by Ovince. Nice foot sweep by Jones. Ovince right back up to his feet. Great knee.
Final seconds of the round.
You know,
tonight's Corner Cam brought to you by Mobile Strike. Download it right now. Play right now, free from the App Store. Greg Jackson.
Excellent round. Let's work on our breathing first, just like our simulations. I'm going to give you this. You take water whenever you want. All right, some big breaths. Slow down. Slow down. All right.
Yeah, get going.
Yeah. So that's fine. This is the first round. Yeah, you beat him up. You felt it a little bit. He enough that. He's looking for the kick. So give me like a Kent or something, okay? Like a 7 Kent or a red Kent. Both those would be good. Hey, you're doing a great job.
Yeah.
Remember that you're doing a good job.
That's it.
Ready to be patient that round.
Sense of urgency near the cage.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
Yep.
DC, are you shocked that they didn't put ice or N-Swell on that right eye of Ovince St. Preux?
You know, I'm a little surprised, but, you know, not too much. There's been situations where Ovince has been in some trouble, and the action hasn't really represented what should have been going on. I don't want to say bad things about his corner, but, you know, this is a big fight for them. This is not something they've done before.
Eric Turner, his longtime and only head coach, said OSP has always had a great work ethic. Graduated Tennessee over a decade ago. He believes he can be a world champion. And they said they've always had John Jones on their mind.
There's a nice kick by Ovince St. Preux, but John caught the leg, and he's got that leg up high. Wow.
John
Nice defense by Ovince.
Great balance.
That's the athleticism. That's the athleticism we talked about. But now John's picking it up a little bit.
And they're capitalizing right there on Ovince staying right in front of him and being happy with that exchange, and John immediately attacked. That's championship level experience.
In the first round, when Ovince had his success when he was moving, he cannot be stationary now. Remember, the awkwardness is what makes him special.
Hard kick to the body by John.
DC, one of the things you said about your fight with Jones was that he was bigger than you thought he was going to be.
Yeah, I did feel like he was bigger, but you know what? As Joe said earlier when they were introducing John, he looks bigger now. But right now, when you look at him next to Ovince St. Preux is the same size, if not bigger. He's a big, strong, athletic guy that's making a good account for himself right now.
3 weeks notice for OSP.
You even heard John say it in the corner in between rounds. He's like, I got to get going. You know, it's been a long time since he's been in this environment. He has not had a fight for a while. So he may not be as aggressive as he anticipated himself being. Nice check by Ovince.
Caught that one right on the shin.
St. Preux said this is an 8-year journey, culminating in an opportunity of a lifetime tonight. Can he take advantage of this gift given to him?
A long jab by Ovince.
Nice double jab. Great job by Ovince, keeping that right hand on the inside thigh. Nice knee by Ovince. The inside thigh of the hand doesn't allow John to lift the underhook to secure takedowns and advance the position.
He keeps slapping that hand down as John extends his hand, angrily slapping it away.
Well, that's one of John's best techniques, is that he measures guys.
John's
Nice
catching
head kick.
many times with that left body kick. And he goes to the knee, to the body there.
Watch for the elbows from this position of Jones.
Yep,
Nice
right
up
on cue.
elbow.
Hard
Right
one
on
there.
cue.
Nice knee to the
Nice
body
knee
by Ovince.
Jones is excellent in the clinch.
Ovince seems to be waiting a bit on John in these exchanges and trying to get it back after he gets hit.
There's
a nice,
nice right hand by Ovince.
Under 2 on the clock here in the second. Swing and a miss.
Caught him coming in with that side kick to the thigh, hyperextending the knee.
He utilizes that kick, DC, and almost puts himself in a protective bubble.
You know, as we watch these first 2 rounds, Ovince looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But he took this fight on 3 weeks' notice. You know that when the championships round starts, Jones stays the course. How is Ovince going to react? He's doing a fantastic job right now. He's making a good account for himself. If he was just a little more active, I think he'd have a little more success.
And almost on cue, Ovince took a big deep breath and seems to be slowing down. Right when you said that.
This is OSP's 4th career 5-round fight. He went the distance with Ryan Bader. He lost. He got taken down 9 times in that fight. The Shogun fight lasted 34 seconds, and he lost to Glover in the 3rd.
Spin to the body.
Now you see John starting to time those oblique kicks as Ovince is coming forward. And the last one actually made Ovince limp a little bit. So he's starting to get some traction on that technique.
Good right hand
by Ovince. He would throw more of those, he would have a lot more success.
You got to wonder how much gas he has in the tank, DC.
Yes. 3 weeks notice he took this fight again, as we said before.
Tonight, the 10th time scheduled for 5 for Jones. He's gone the distance 4 times, including against you, DC. The final seconds of the round.
Wheel kick, look at that, and he got caught with a left.
Nice left hand by Ovince. Ovince starting to look a little tired now.
He is. And here's a right hand by Ovince. That's what's called a slobber knocker. Literally.
Here you go. Watch this knee. There it is.
Yep.
That's the kick. He's starting to time those oblique kicks as Ovince decides to go forward or tries to throw a punch. And then here you see John with the spinning back kick. But right after the spinning back kick lands, Ovince throws a nice left hand to try and return.
Job, okay?
It's your destiny.
Keep doing that great job, Frank, okay, guys? Hey, attack those arms, okay? He's not respecting you at all.
He puts you on the cage of that collar till I get to his elbow, get him off your head.
Remember, we attack here, we attack here.
He's on the wall. Lock around his legs. Let's go. Right in the flow.
DC, if you were in the corner of OSP right now, what would you tell him?
You know, I would tell him a little more activity, but I would be positive. Ovince needs to be positive. He's doing a good job. He just needs to be a little more active in the rounds, you know, and when he does go, he's having his moments. He just needs to be a little more active. Again, I don't know if he can, being that he just took this fight.
And Joe, what would you tell John Jones?
Keep doing what you're doing. I think John Jones especially in the exchanges. After Ovince tags him, John comes back and hits him several times more. He's capitalizing on this championship level experience that he has and is slowly chipping away at Ovince St. Preux. Not only that, it seems like to me that Ovince is starting to slow down. So he's got to be diligent, he's got to keep his hands up, he's got to watch out for the big power punches, because those are Ovince's big chance of success. And there's one of them.
Yeah,
Hard jab.
Hard jab.
That long reach of Ovince.
Which is usually what we say about John.
But John has an amazing, I mean, he always has. It's one of the reasons why the Rumble fight was so attractive.
Nice combination by Ovince. Nice jab by Ovince. There he goes.
Good right hand as well.
There he goes.
John trying to get inside.
Boy, he loves that side kick to the thigh. It's such a dangerous kick.
Not only is he landing that, he's setting that trap. He's trying to get Ovince to the side of the cage, and by throwing that kick, he's starting to move him closer towards the side of the octagon.
He just hit him with a spinning elbow.
Yeah, and tried to follow up with the knee. See if John steps in with that elbow, too.
Very nice straight left hand. And John's not a one-shot guy. He's a break-you-down guy. And that's what he's starting to do to Ovince.
St. Preux right there, though, in this fight. Judging distance on that jab.
Ovince is switching stances, but he's fighting conventional a lot more than he normally does. He's normally a pretty heavy southpaw. But this fight, he's fighting a lot of conventional. Maybe it's because he's taking so many of those oblique kicks to his right leg.
St. Preux, winner of 16 of his last 19 fights. This is a legit opponent for Jones's return.
Nice leg kick by John. Check.
Nice check. Nice push kick by Ovince.
Eric Turner, his head coach, put PTAW on the wall. Prove them all wrong. Midway point of this 5-round fight. Keep in mind, St. Preux is a natural southpaw.
Hard leg kick by John.
As Ovince switches stance, there's a technique coming for every position. Oblique kick, leg kick. Those leg kicks have been checked almost every time by St. Preux.
He's also avoided the clinch, DC.
It's very good for him because it allows him to stay out of takedowns. A lot of John's takedowns do happen from the clinch and the long defense. Ovince has done a phenomenal job of staying in the middle of the octagon.
He's got great Greco skills.
A beautiful high kick and then a punch behind it by John.
90 seconds on the clock for in round 3.
Nice body shot.
Body, very nice.
But now after that nice punch, cannot sit back and allow John to get off 3, 4 punches before he actually returns something else. There you go. That's 3 now.
And that's
4 since Ovince has thrown a punch.
That championship experience, that knowledge, that Ovince will give him that opportunity. Looking for that spin.
Yes. There you go.
Well, he is beating that leg up with that front leg side kick.
Every time he switches to southpaw, he throws that oblique kick.
DC is part of it that OSP's not quite sure how much gas is in the tank.
Well, I mean, he's almost 3 rounds in, you know, so you may as well start to let it go, because even if you aren't sure how much you have, you got to go, or he is piling up rounds on you. You are still losing, no matter if you're in there. Even though you're in there, you're still losing, so you may as well let it go while you're inside of the octagon.
Headed to the championship rounds.
So far, DC, what's your assessment on John's performance?
You know, man, I know they say styles make fights. And Ovince may be a style matchup. But as I watch this, and I'm up here being prepared, as I watch this, that is why the decision to pull out of this fight was so hard. Because I thought we would see a guy that may be a little rusty. And as I'm watching John, if I am being 100% honest, as I am, he does seem a little rusty. But he is winning. So that actually shows you how good the guy is.
What you have to do is start opening up a little bit.
You see opportunities that Ovince is not capitalizing on that you feel that you could?
Take the deep breaths.
Just in the way that guys fight, you know, there would be so much dead space in a fight between John and I. Whereas there are a lot of lows in the action, we would still be fighting. That's my assessment, as you asked me.
But also knowing you like we do, knowing you as the Olympian and competitor that you are, DC, you want the best John Jones, though, don't you?
I do. So this is, but I mean, a year away. So this may end up being a blessing in disguise for him to get his feet back in the octagon, to get back the feel of a 5-round fight. Because right now, as you watch it, unless something changes drastically, this looks like it's going to be a long fight. It already has been.
Round 4.
Good kick to the body right away by OSP.
Yes.
Remember, OSP packs some serious power behind his kicks.
Oh, man, that left is so powerful from St. Preux.
He's got some gigantic thighs. He's such an athlete. I mean, he just nice leg kick. Very nice. I mean, what Ovince lacks in experience and in the overall fluidity of his martial technique, he really makes up in power.
Power, speed, athleticism. I mean, he looks like a linebacker. You know, he played linebacker. He looks like a linebacker.
He landed another nice leg kick there, and John tried to counter it with the left hand.
And the thing with Ovince St. Preux is now his MMA skills are catching up to his pure athleticism, which makes him very dangerous.
I'll tell you what, he looks looser in this 4th round than he's looked all fight.
Yeah, and he looks phenomenal. He looks great right now as he's starting to let his stuff go again. But this is not where he wants to be. He does not want to be against the side of the fence. Now he gets taken down. It's a whole new ball game.
He's going to get taken down.
Oh, he needs to get up. There you go. He has got to cause a scramble to get up. If he stays on his back, there you go. Nice job by Ovince St. Preux. Way to cause a scramble to get back to your feet.
That's a very impressive defense of John holding him down on the ground. That was impressive.
That's a win for St. Preux. That's a win for St. Preux. That may discourage John from going to try to take him down again. Big side knee kick.
DC, Joe saying that OSP looks better here in the 4th may go to your point about, hey, the clock is ticking. You might as well let it go now, right?
Well, we didn't get to hear the corner. Maybe there was a little bit of urgency saying, okay, we got to go. We have to go. And he seems like he's doing that more in the front.
Well, also, he got through 3 rounds. Maybe he feels a bit more confident about his gas tank.
And you know you don't know what you face when you go against a guy like Anderson Silva, John Jones, those types of guys. And once you feel them, then you build confidence from that. Maybe Ovince is getting more confident as this fight goes on.
Nice elbow by John.
And again,
nice elbow by John. Back-to-back elbows.
Look at those numbers. Distance traveled.
Ovince is on his bike. He's backing up. Yeah. John is actually the one pressing the action forward. Hits the distance.
They're still on the bike, though. They're still moving.
Here comes the double leg again. Can Ovince do it again? Now this is a problem.
Side control.
Strong side control.
A lot of time.
This looks very different. This looks very different. Very different here. This is Ovince St. Preux that's exhausted from that takedown attempt earlier in the round. John's holding him in side control, and John's going to start dropping some serious elbows on him now that he knows he's tired with plenty of time to go. John's also looking to get that mounted crucifix. He's trying to tie down that right arm.
Ovince needs to be wall walking. He needs to be digging his feet to the fence, walking himself over the top to try and cause a scramble. Nasty. Because right here against the side of the fence is not going to be beneficial for him.
And these are nasty short elbows.
John's elbows can be lethal.
There he goes. Now he needs to continue this action. He needs to continue walking his feet here.
Working the arm.
It's a matter of how much energy he has. Can he even do anything from this position? It looks to me like John's trying to set up an Americana. That's how he submitted Vitor. He's pushing down on that arm, and
there goes that action.
Out. Look at this.
There goes another takedown from John. 47 seconds into the mount position here. Three-quarter mount by Jones, and now Ovince is in trouble.
You can hear the crowd react. John Jones in a great spot here.
That was a nasty
finish the
elbow.
fight.
Ovince gave up his back.
He's got a hook. Under 30 now. Big shot
by Jones. Back of the head. Back of the head.
20 seconds.
You're laughing.
Right to the back of the head.
Oh, man. Ovince is in huge, huge trouble.
He's got to get up here. 10 seconds left.
Final seconds of the round.
Let's get through this round.
He's getting battered.
So he probably steals rounds on me. You got me? Hey, this is everything we want right here. We got 5 minutes. This is what we want for, right? God put this whole thing in your hands.
Was where all the trouble began. John got a hold of him, slammed him to the ground, and Ovince got up from the first takedown. Did a fantastic job of getting back to his feet, but that takes a tremendous amount of energy. There's a hard elbow by John. Now here's the ground and pound at the end of the round. Just nasty shots. And the shot to the back of the head that made DC laugh.
John wants to win. You know, he's a guy that wants to win. He will find a way to win.
Then you kick him in the head when he leans over. You got it?
Put him on the cage, take him down. Put him on the cage, take him down, finish.
Guys, Eric Turner said something interesting. He said, this is what we wanted. 5 minutes left. Leave it all in the octagon. We got to where we wanted. Let's see what happens. Jones obviously extremely dominant in the last minute of the fourth. 5 minutes remain. Fifth and final round.
Ovince knows now he can get into the championship round with the greatest light heavyweight of all time.
Yes.
On short notice. Is this the rub, DC?
This is the rub. This is, like I said, WWE. This is the rub. Ovince St. Preux will be bigger and better for this, even if he goes through this fight and does not get his hand raised.
Okay, not everybody was with us on Fight Pass, DC. You need to elaborate a little bit on that.
So I say when you fight Jones, you receive the rub. You fight Conor McGregor, you receive the rub. Anderson Silva. It was like Hulk Hogan in the Ultimate Warrior back at WrestleMania. You have to fight a guy like that to get the eyes on you, and you become the star.
Not just the eyes on you, but also to understand what it feels like at the top of the mountain.
Oh yeah, because it's different.
Yeah.
It's different when you get to this level, when you're fighting a guy like Jones.
Embrace the rub.
Yeah. Nice left hand to Jones.
He's not just fighting a great fighter, he's fighting arguably the best light heavyweight ever.
Yeah.
I only say arguably because you're right next to him. Nice spinning back kick to the body by John.
Some would say the greatest fighter of all time.
Greatest fighter of all time.
Already a Hall of Famer, credential-wise. 3.5 minutes left in this fight.
Here's the trap now. Now you start to see him get Ovince closer to the side of the octagon. Good job by Ovince circling back to the center.
If John wins, it has been confirmed that Jones and DC will fight to unify the light heavyweight championship.
Ovince has got to uncork that left. That left kick particularly.
I can't believe that he hasn't thrown more of those big body kicks that he's known for.
I just think he's worried about being taken down.
But he's shown the ability to defend those takedowns when he does throw it. He has shown the ability to get his leg back.
But that was earlier in the fight.
Yes.
The last round rather, I think. The second half of the round when he was getting taken down and brutalized towards the end, I think it's got him a little gun shy.
I alluded earlier to the possibility of UFC 200. Of course, that would be historic. DC would love it. We don't know that would be the date, but you guys need to dance again.
Yes, we do.
The UFC fans around the world are going to love it. Past the midway point of the fifth and final round.
John, it's so many answers to your movements.
Now, this is the problem here, because now here comes the takedown by Jones. He set his trap. Ovince's back is against the side of the fence. This is where the takedown comes. And now Ovince is going to find himself in trouble. He has to continue the action, or he's going to be in trouble. Did not continue the action.
That's a heavy takedown.
That was one of the heaviest takedowns we've ever felt. I felt that through the bottom of the soles of my feet.
And DC, usually it's the Greco takedowns. Tonight he's slamming OSP.
And he let him back up.
Now the left arm is dangling the Ovince St. Preux. That takedown may have hurt him, yes. Or something hurt him.
Yeah.
Maybe the kicks.
Yeah, I think
He's
you're
not throwing
absolutely right.
it. Yep, there it is.
That takedown might have hurt his shoulder. 90 seconds remain.
It might have been the kicks. And if you know how to play possum, right now is the time. Because if he starts hanging that arm and he looks hurt, Jones will start to kick him on that shoulder.
Like the Korean Zombie and Jose Aldo.
Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
You're in there to win a fight.
One minute on the clock. John's trying to set up. There's the elbow. Couple of elbows. Yeah. He likes to slash, then he likes to come right up the middle. I look to set it up right there.
Yeah, Ovince is in defensive shell mode now.
Now it's survive. It's become survive, get through the fight. 23 seconds.
You're absolutely right about that left. He's not using it. He's sort of picking it up
with it.
Yeah.
He may have lost his title, but the champ is back. They go the distance. John Jones, Ovince St. Preux. Fight replay brought to you by Bud Light. Raise one to right now.
The front leg side kicks to the thigh. The hyperextending of the knee. There, see it sideways there. There's a spinning back kick to the body by John that sent OSP flying. There's a nasty elbow.
This is where John had a lot of his success was when they got to the side of the fence. And here, big takedown by Jones. This was the first one where he secured him in the side control. First time Ovince made the action continue, that's how he got up. Now here's the big slam that you said you felt, Joe, through your feet as Ovince hit the ground.
Oh man, the impact.
First thing that comes to your mind, DC.
You know, congratulations to Jones. He got it done. You know, a year and a half off. Been dealing with a lot of stuff outside of the octagon. He got the job done. But once again, you can even see it on his face. He's not satisfied with the performance he put on tonight. And it's hard for me as a competitor to watch.
I have a feeling you have no doubt he will be better when he fights you. Hold that thought for a second. Time for our official decision. Brought to you by Metro PCS, where you get nationwide coverage on the blazing fast 4G LTE T-Mobile network for just $30 period. Here's Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecard for a decision. The judges score the contest 50-44, 50-45, and 50-45 for the winner by unanimous decision. And now, the interim UFC light heavyweight champion, John Bones Jones.
Yeah, thank you, man. You're all right, Ovince.
I'll put the belt down. Hey.
Thank you so much. Hey, I don't think I want that belt. It's not the real belt. I want my actual belt back. Hey, everything's happening for a reason. You know, maybe I was meant to get in here and get a fight out of the way. Definitely took me a while to pull the trigger tonight, and I felt like I used like 20% of the technique I actually know. So, sorry guys if you weren't satisfied with that. I definitely gave it my best. Like I said, everything happens for a reason. Maybe I was meant to have a fight before beating DC.
John, it's been over a year since you've been in the octagon. What felt different?
You know, really, I was just watching. I was watching and anticipating and imagining techniques landing, knowing when techniques would have landed, and just not even going for it. So I was watching tonight instead of reacting.
How did you feel physically?
Physically, I felt amazing. I feel like I got 2 more rounds in me right now. Just mentally, I was like, oh my God, like I'm sucking. This isn't good.
Well, there's been so much pressure on you, and you've had so much time off, and so many outside of the octagon problems to deal with. How much of a factor did that play into your mental state tonight?
I don't think that played a factor in my performance at all. Hey, I got a feeling I'm going to do a lot better. I really had a lot of questions, and coming in here, and I was just trying to be as confident as possible. But I really needed that. I really needed that fight. Like I said, I didn't look at Ovince as a warm-up fight because, as you can see, he's definitely really game. But I needed that fight before fighting for my title. My next fight's going to be a hell of a lot better, I guarantee it.
So we will see you next challenging Daniel Cormier for the title that you never lost inside the octagon. Give us your thoughts on that and how that goes down.
Oh, I'm really excited to fight Daniel Cormier. I'm so excited to fight Daniel Cormier. I'll be right back in practice, probably by Tuesday or Wednesday, getting back to our original strategy. In here tonight, you know, fighting a southpaw, everything that we had planned was flip-flopped on us. So, I don't know. Hey, you know what? I need to kill this Debbie Downer attitude. I just won a fight in the UFC. Yeah, I got a lot to be grateful for.
Congratulations on your victory, and thank you for being honest about how you feel and how you feel about your performance.
Thank you guys for being here. I love you guys all so much. My fans at home, I love you guys so much. 607-585-5005. I love you all. Thank you, my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for getting me back here.
We look forward to seeing you again next time for the title. John Jones, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm here with Ovince St. Preux. First of all, I want to congratulate you for a tremendous performance. It took a tremendous amount of courage to take this fight on just 3 weeks' notice for a 5-round fight, and you handled yourself incredibly well.
Yeah, I did. I mean, I just wanted to come out here. You know, John is pound for pound the best fighter that ever came through mixed martial arts, and for me to come in there and did what I did, I think I'm pretty proud of myself. You know, I only had 3 weeks to get ready for the camp. I gave everything I got, and I think I did a pretty good job.
You did a fantastic job. Now, what, if anything, was surprising about this fight?
You know, he kept a fast pace. You know, the first 3 rounds were pretty good. And, you know, around the 4th and 5th round, he started picking up a little more. I think the second round, he caught me with